Hello, beautiful Pisces, and welcome back to your slightly last week of September, because there's just a couple of days, and first week of October. Yes, we're already in October, and to celebrate, I put some orange nail polish, took out all my favorite fall colors, and we're going to be looking at what's happening for this week. Absolutely. Let's see the cards that come out. What kind of energy are we looking at for this week, my beautiful Pisces? Well, it's not in a hurry anyway, that's for sure. Wheel of Fortune. Interesting energy. And the wheel goes round and round, doesn't it? I'm going to take from a Little Prince, which is a cute deck. It's got a lot of really warm colors. That's why I'm using my autumn decks. Okay, so it came in reverse, though. The Page of Wands. And for this reason, I'm going to take another card. The Eight of Wands. This is so funny, you guys, because I thought it's slow. It's certainly not fast as I was shuffling, and I went, wouldn't it be funny if the Eight of Wands came out? Because it means like progress, speed, you know, either that or the Knight of Swords. I thought this will be so funny if that comes out in. Well, look at that. It is funny, isn't it? And I think what I got with this as soon as I saw it is that that's the bright idea. Okay, to me, the pages are very much like the aces, the way I see them. The ace is the thought, the knight is the action, and the king and queen are the mastery, okay, the coming together of. When I'm doing it this way, because, you know, we do general readings, so to say it's a person would be kind of weird, especially when you're talking to thousands, because, you know, who are you hitting? Which mark are you hitting? I'd rather just have, like, conversations about energies. So there is motion. The wheel is spinning again. Absolutely. And with it is an idea that you had. But it's no longer an idea. Why? Because it's being put into motion. And that's why it's in reverse. This bright idea, I'm going to put it up right now. This idea that you had is now no longer just an idea. Okay? I love the fact that there's a train coming into the station, right? It's like, woof, it's coming in. It not only did it come in, it's now in and moving in another direction. So this week, we're going to continue the motion that we have been putting in the last little while. Okay? It's starting to move forward. It's starting to go ahead. Is it a scary time for that? I don't know. Is it? Is it scary to be moving forward? Probably. Probably. Is it exciting? Yeah, I would say the Page of Wands coming in is saying that it's something exciting. What I'm feeling from my guides is they want you to remember the feeling that you had when this first came in. The infinite possibilities. When we get excited from a thought, we don't put the blocks right away. We get excited by the initial thought. And at that moment that it comes in, Pisces, we believe anything is possible. Okay? Even the most, like, out of this world idea, when you get an idea, nothing stops it from coming in. Nothing stops it from being created. Okay? There is no blocks. There's no possibilities of failure. The idea comes in quite innocently, beautifully, and purely in intent. And when it comes in, we have nothing that is there to stop us. And they want us to tap into that energy a lot. Okay? When you are that force of just being able to do absolutely anything. Okay? Even when there's blocks that are like literally coming in your face, they want you to tap into this energy of that possibility that when it first came in, you said, everything is absolutely possible at this point. Okay? So it's a great reminder to you to just tap into that. What else are we getting for this week? Am I doing the blocks right away? Yeah, we'll do the blocks right away. And then we'll strategize, okay, Pisces? Because that's the best way to do it. What are the blocks? What would be the blocks for this week? I think I already spoke about some of them just in what I said. Oh, my head is buzzing with energy. I can feel the energy. It's actually buzzing. It feels like a buzzing on the right side is what I'm getting, like a like electricity. Nice. This is very exciting. For those of you who have blood pressure stuff, be careful, okay? Don't get too excited. Like I said, the cards are being very deliberate in the way they're coming out, right? Ooh, opportunity. I love the fact that opportunity is coming in. Love the fact that this is like, yeah. It's like what I was saying. Don't lose that nugget, that first nugget of excitement. The idea, the thing that set it in motion. You know, that page. Like I said, the aces and the page for me are like the same. The only block is if you forget that first thought. I'm just trying to get the card that went down. Because, of course, this deck loves to send stuff. Of course. Nine of Swords. It's the mind. Am I surprised? Not surprised. Not surprised that the Nine of Swords, yeah, this guy right here, you know, worrying about everything. Put all the swords around him, okay? Almost, in this card, almost drinking himself to a point of not, you know, not really feeling secure and happy within what he's doing. We're talking about the block. It's forgetting the opportunity. That's it. That's the big block. And I already spoke about it beforehand because it was coming in already. We forget the excitement that we felt at the original thought. And why does that happen? Well, it's because we have to start putting it in motion, right? And that's what this is. You're putting things in motion. You're starting, that wheel is turning. And that opportunity is coming in and you're going, oh, now I have to do the work. And as you're doing the work and as things present themselves for you to figure out, to, you know, make happen, and you know, it's like, I can't do it. It's like you're constantly rerouting, right? The original thought you have, it's like, for me, I have a course that I want, and I see that course completed, and everybody loving it, and everybody getting empowered by it, and that initial idea is just, it's fire, right? But then it's implementing it. Then it's finding a website. It's finding the places to do the different sections of the program. It's finding a follow-up place for people to meet up with me with the program. It's this and that. And then you get caught up in the little details of things. And some of this stuff dims. You start seeing, you know, and if you hit a snag, if you hit something that, you know, I don't know, just kind of takes away from it or gives you one heck of a detour, you start thinking to yourself, is this worth it? Is it, you know, is it going to be everything I'm thinking it was going to be? And I feel that you're missing the point of the essence that you brought to it. This is when the magic does disappear, Pisces, okay? You got to hold on to it. The magic has nothing to do with the process of making it real. It has everything to do with the magic you infuse in it, okay? The intent, the opportunity that you see, you got to hold on to it, and you got to infuse it in whatever you're trying to build, okay? Whether it's a relationship, whether it's career, whether it's anything. Wrong deck. Okay, so let's see what Spirit has to say here about such things. What they want you to know. Okay, so, you know, it was almost this way, but I'm going to leave it this way. And I'm going to pull another card with it. Because again, I think it's the optimism behind the idea. It's the illumination, the bright light of the idea that they want you to hold on to. I mean, it's speaking all of the same thing, okay? Hang on to it. Bring it forward. Bring that idea to light, to light. Yeah, you have one of them that's in light and the other one who's trying to like hide underneath in a cavern. It's almost like it's saying, look, don't hide away. Don't hide away from the light, okay? You may rest if you wish with the Four of Swords, because the Four of Swords is about taking a break if you need it, right? To heal the stuff. There's also this beautiful star, which he is like dumping from both sides here. It's also to bring balance, right? It's land and water. It's, you know, feeding the land, putting back into the water source. It's kind of that balance. The 4 is also a number of balance, right? 2 and 2 is 4. I just feel that there's a lot here to be said about, they're saying this is 8, this is 4. So it's almost like there's action and then there's rest, okay? Yeah. Yeah, there's a time of just building up another page, another ace, right? Sometimes you need to study things more. Sometimes you need to rest more. But don't lose your light. Don't lose the optimism of the idea. I don't know if I'm conveying this. I think that what I said at the beginning is probably is the best way that I can describe it. Okay? It's hard to hold on to that flicker of at the beginning. I'm telling you, we have so many. We probably have a trillion wonderful ideas that never see the light of day. And the truly wondrous ones, they really light us up. Oh, they're showing me human souls, like from the standpoint of being above the planet and seeing that spark of light in all of us when we have those initial ideas. It's like a bright light shining. We look like this to them, like stars, just, you know, setting off like when the wick of a candle just kind of, you know, illuminates, that starts off. you know those candles, those sparklers, when they take off? That's what they're showing. It's just like that. It's just really bright for a moment. Really, really bright. And then kind of just, you know, dims out. From what I hear from them is that if we could just hold on to that a little longer and remember that flicker, that beautiful energetic boost that comes in with that, we could probably go a lot further. Interesting. Very interesting reading today, you guys. Very interesting. The visuals are exceptional. All right. So, look at that. They're both in the garden. I love this. They're both in the garden. So one is assessment and one is getting to where we need to go. You know, it's one of them is like doing the work, assessing what works, what doesn't, and then it's the crops themselves coming in. I feel with it, though, is that we spend so much time doing that. Oh, this deck is, the Hierophant, right? Okay, yeah, that's what's coming in. The Hierophant, I feel like he's because I'm a 5, I know it. We're taking a lot of I had the word and then it kind of went away. Okay, we take in a lot of material. That's it. In other words, it's like we're the person that pages drop on our desk, you know, with a lot of knowledge. And we're always rifling through it. You know, it's like, oh, that would work well. Oh, that doesn't work good as well. But we're not only looking at the stuff that's coming in, we're looking at the stuff that came in before. We're the change makers, the wise ones. I'm telling you, we look at the stuff, you know, like we go with the times, you know. At one point, this kind of situation worked well, right? But then because technology comes in, doesn't work well anymore, right? It's like saying at one point it made sense for everybody to get in their cars and go to work. And we all kind of agreed at that, right? We go, we make money, da-da-da, and then at one point it's like, this feels restrictive. It feels wrong. It's not as wholesome as it used to. It doesn't feel as, you know, when somebody worked and everybody had enough to live on. Like, you know, after the Second World War, you know, they had 2 cars, a house, one person could work and raise a family and everything was like, but as times went, it became harder. Women wanted to go out to work because they had worked during the war and it grew, right? But then the powers that be made everything so expensive that even two people working, they had to work so hard and so long that I think we lost certain things along the way, right? Now, after what happened to the planet, to the, you know, to the society that everybody had to kind of stay home and work from home, that's a new thing, right? It's a new thing that's coming in. And I feel that the Hierophant is the one who keeps track of these, okay? They write them down. They write them down in a big book. And they go, and then, you know, then the plague came and da-da-da and all of that stuff. And then the world had to change. And some of the changes were good, but some were still not great, you know? Like, and I feel that as a person, we could be the record keepers. We could be the observers all of our lives. But I think that we can be also the wisdom imparters, like to show people how it works and it doesn't, right? To be the ones who do speeches. Big surprise, right? No. To bring revelations to people, to let them come up with their own solutions, right? It's like showing somebody how it's working and not working and letting them come up with their own solutions, okay? I think right here is we spend so much time doing that sometimes we don't spend enough time on solutions. We spend a lot of time just looking at what's happened so far. What's worked, what hasn't worked, without really implementing or seeing what's happening. We forget the excitement of the new idea, okay? Of the idea of, hey, what if we're so like focused on people working, like I was talking about, right? The different ways of working, that we never think of, is there more than work, right? That solution that came in, what if people didn't have to work all day, every day, and they could hold like a spark of creativity in their bodies, in their energetic bodies, and actually have time, not enough to become stagnant, but enough time to move into something that would push the world into even more of its expansion and potential, right? And that idea really sparked something in people, but we're so busy doing everything else that we forget to actually get it done, or to hold on to that thought and keep going with it, okay? So I think that's what this is saying. I can't be 100% sure all the time, but I sure do feel it, okay? My brain is never sure of what my spiritual side is saying. My brain is always questioning, because I have a questioning brain. But think about it, okay? Think about it for a minute. What else is coming in? I hope a lot of that made sense to you. My brain's still going, huh? Right. Up on the hill, defending yourself. Yeah. We spend so much time trying to work through all the opposition in our brain. Okay, this isn't even other people. This is like in our brain. We get up on that hill and going, but you know, sometimes it's a lack of faith in yourself. Okay? Sometimes it's believing that big forces are against us. Like, oh, there's so much to do. There's so much to do, right? When we should be focusing on the lovers, which is harmonizing with our choices, with the idea that first came in. That beautiful spark, that beautiful love of the idea, that opportunity. Quite a few years back now, my husband and I decided to get rid of all of our debts. And quite a few times when I started doing something in one area of our lives, I had many people or many forces come in and say, you can't do that. There were certain limitations. And every single time I pushed through to find an alternative idea or something that would. It was a lot of hard work, but the initial spark of getting rid of that idea of if we had zero debt, if we were as pure as a child who started out in the world, and everything that came in, we could decide what we wanted to do, as in money. We could decide where it went, instead of having it be decided before it ever came into our pockets. What would we do? How wonderful would that feel? And that idea, that spark, kept us going. And you know what? We did it. We did it. We are still so proud of ourselves, even if we were later in life. We're so proud of ourselves of having figured that part out. Okay? It is still paying off today. It is still paying off. It gives us ease of mind that we didn't even know for certain things would be there. Please, 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 do not give up on your initial thought. Let it inspire you. Let that spark, that goal, keep you motivated and focused. Go back to it as many times as you can. Sometimes you feel like, oh, I keep incessantly talking about it. We did. We incessantly talked about the day we would be out of debt. For years. This wasn't small. I mean, I think it's 6 or 7 years for us between revolving debt and mortgage. We got rid of it all. okay? But we had to keep focused and motivated, even when it wasn't easy, even when our brains were going, this is taking too long. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stay motivated, okay? But we thought of the thought, oh, how would it feel to walk through the world and not have anybody hounding us for anything, right? You get a paycheck, you get $100, not even a paycheck, you get $100, and it no longer needs to go anywhere, right? Of course, there's always taxes, the government's always there, but you know what I mean, right? Doesn't have to go to debtors, yes. It doesn't have to go to mortgagees. It doesn't have to go anywhere, okay? Honestly, you guys, it's like winning the lottery. I don't need to win the lottery. I already did. Yeah. It's basically holding on to the new idea, the new feeling, okay? The beginning of all things, right? Two of Swords. It's de-unblocking. It's bringing back balance. It's balancing, right? It's taking away from procrastination, standstills, delay. It's distrust yourself, okay? Even when you don't have all the places in pieces together, even when that's what usually brings you to, yeah, there's the Death. I love this one. You know, the innocence of this helps you transform. It does. It helps keep the transformation going. It wants you to bring an ending to what you don't want and a beginning to what you do want. That's what you got to hold on to. That new. This is an ending. This is a beginning. It wants you to hold on to that. You want to begin something for a reason, right? You have an idea because you want to bring something to light, something new that you want to bring to life. Relationship, career, money, doesn't matter. Anything. Business. It could be a course. It could be self-employment. It could be anything. You want to bring it to life. That idea came. That excitement came because there's something you want. You want to bring it to life. Okay? It didn't come because it just sometimes it kind of just happens, but you're always thinking about it. We wanted to get out of debt because we wanted to feel better. We wanted to feel happy. We had gone on a trip for 2 weeks to the States. We had done all of the East Coast. It was a life-changing trip. And it was by no accident a life-changing trip. Everything was absolutely perfect about it. I don't think I could ever replicate this because I think it was divinely brought in. I remember coming back from that trip with my husband and thinking, oh God, we're still in debt. We have to work and we're not going to be able to be free to travel anytime soon. And the weight of that just kind of put us way in the ground. And it stayed with us for a little while. It was only 2-3 years later that finally the weight of it had been so harsh on us that we went, enough of this. We need to get out of this. We need to be able to feel free. And you know what? We wanted other trips just to try to get away from what we were living. And since that we've gotten away from our debt, we don't feel the need to get away from anything anymore. Because we have options and choices. So that's what's brought in the new. Okay? There is something that needs to end and transform. to bring in the new. Hold on to that new thought when they come in, because they're there for a reason. You brought them in because you wanted them, right? You want a change. You want something to change in your favor, in that beautiful, passionate thought that you had, and you want to hold on to that energy and write it. Hold on to the energy and write it, Pisces. That's the big message. Hold on to that first energy that came in and write it to the finished as long as you can. And even after. I get excited when we had finally made the decision and held on to it. And every little goal, every little thing that was achieved, we just went back to that first energy and just savored it some more and kept going. That's a trick. That is one of the most beautiful tricks of how you can not only keep shining, that they keep seeing you shining with that first thought of energy, right? What I was saying, they're looking down and they see all that flame spark. You keep sparking that flame. It keeps, bringing in light. Not only that, is you keep getting divine energy's attention when you spark like that, right? It's like being seen in the dark. It's like going, psh, hey, I want this, psh, hey. And you bring the energy of it to you. You bring the source energy to you. You bring that positive energy to you. And it helps roll you into the next section. Okay? Like I said, I'm always afraid I'm not explaining myself. Tell me in the comment section right now if you have anything that's on the go, something that you are thinking, something that's new, something that's been like that spark that you may not be following, but that you should be bringing yourself back to it constantly, either for you to begin spinning that wheel or something that you've been spinning the wheel on, but you're finding a hard time to just keep motivated. How are you going to bring that spark back in? Are you going to sit for 5 minutes and go back to that initial thought and let it take your energy body and propel you forward? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for being here. This is your weekly reading. Now I'm going to come back on Tuesday. We're going to look at where you're at. We're going to give some more from Spirit to help spur you on for the rest of the week. It's like motivational readings, right? So this is the energy. And by Tuesday, it's like, what are you doing now? What are you still going on? Are you still mulling it over? What else can you do? So if that interests you, please hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you on Tuesday. Okay? Don't forget, I have a video dropping on Connect to the Deck Tarot. That's on Monday. And I also have Life Path Number Tarot, which I drop weekly. It is Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the week that's coming up. And all the videos, they just have a month. They don't have a date. And you know what? Don't hold up on it. Find your life path number. Go listen to some readings and find your power. Thank you so much. I'm sending you love, light, and blessings. I will see you later.